doesn't want to. Oh, actually, this doesn't look so bad. My light was. Oh, doesn't look doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look bad at all without the light. Or should I have the light? Because sometimes the light is like so reflective in my glasses, and I don't particularly like that. My laptop is falling apart, so feel free to send me another one, okay, y'all? I want MacBook though. Okay. Okay. So, well. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful time. As for me and mine, let me get comfortable. Um, all right. No pain comes and kind of disturb me in what I'm trying to do here. So how are you? How is, I can't really see. Let me see. Is that better? Oh, I still have to go pick up my new glasses. Oh, okay. Now this is the time you're like, oh my Lord, I see what my granny was talking about. I can't say really my mom because I don't think she has any glasses still. But I didn't really know my granny, but I just assume. But I still doubt she does. Not too many wear glasses in my family. Uh, I just got, I don't know, lucky, unlucky. It looks good on me, so it's all good. Yeah. So, how are you guys doing? I don't know if I should turn on the light or not. Oh, because whenever I turn it off, I turn off other thing too. I don't know, because I don't like when I'm talking back and it's in my glasses. So sometimes I have to keep my head sort of down like this. Is this good? I think this is good. I don't even have to make it too bright. Actually, let me put it back down. I think this is good. Um, so how are you guys? I hope you are doing all right. You are doing okay. As for me, I'm still a bit in disbelief, of the amount of people and talking adults and young people who are just transitioning. Okay, someone listen. I think it is. Excuse me. Somebody decided. I should have put it on airplane mode instead. Um, yeah, maybe let me do that. So I'm not bothered at all. Where are you? Yeah, so, because I turned on airplane mode, so that doesn't help. With the regular phone calls, but it much from the people who are calling from the WhatsApp, the Telegram, or anything like that. So I guess it is meant to be off because I don't know. My thing is full of charge and it keeps turning off. Maybe it's just responding with the phone when the phone is on its own. I don't know. And the light is still not on. Okay, everything is going dark tonight. I don't know what's up. But anyhow, I guess let me get my laptop ready. Maybe I can put it on the laptop instead. So weird. It's never been a problem before. So I hope you have had a wonderful weekend. Actually, I thought today was Sunday, right? Is it still? Because yeah, today is Saturday. I thought today was Sunday. I don't know where I'm rushing to. But I guess I do have something important to take care of, something pleasant to take care of on Monday. So maybe that's why. Mind me not, okay? Do not mind me at all. As you can see, the title is gonna be one of a big challenge impossible today. So let me just welcome you. I am Reverend Dr. Marie Breville. This is a wonderful place to be. All right. You are welcome here. Am I hearing music? Oh, my son is. That's not my phone, right? I think that's my son playing his games, trying to get me blocked. Um, my thing, so I could play music to distract his. But let's hope that it stays all the way far in the background where it is obvious that it's not what I'm playing, so they don't lock my video. So again, my name is Reverend Dr. Marie Breville. I started this channel as um, as a vessel to bring you wonderful news, and because everywhere that we watch, everyone is always tapping on a lot of negativity, what's going on with people's private lives, and so many other things that were not so tasty. And regardless our is, it actually caused people to be more interested in them. But that wasn't really my thing. I mean, I can make a comment to say, oh, wow, a sensible comment about a situation, but not usually the type that can, to that can just jump on someone's back and just like judge them and blame them and wish they die. And that's not me. So I then decided, you know what? Since I always talk about what I usually talk about, health and wellness, and how to have a better and much interesting quality lifestyle um, where you can live longer, where you can live happy in harmony, and where you don't have to keep feeling like you have to I have to say it. Like you don't feel like you being blocked. You don't feel like you owe somebody something. Sometimes you could take a trip to Jamaica, but then you're like, if I take a trip to Jamaica, that's mean I gotta pay for John, Jack, Mary, Pierre and Shaquan and Peanut. So you're like, you know what? And Esmeralda. I don't know where the names come from. I'm just bugging. I want to make sure to take, different ethnic names. So at least I touch on everybody. So you don't say it's only Caribbean or only American or only anything. It's just a little bit of everything. And Kojo. So there you go. You have your piece of African. So yeah, so it's like I just wanted to have an environment where we can talk about health and wellness. We can share about how we can improve our lifestyle. Maybe it could be some herbal tea that might be able to help you this morning. Say flu season. I don't like to get into tags, but I rather just share something where I'm just like, you know what, this is good for this, by the way. This is good for that, by the way. but I don't feel like I'm being pressured to go and say like, "Oh, take this, or you're gonna die." No, I don't really like that. So this is why I kind of create that channel, because a lot of times I was seeing a lot of things that I didn't like how people presented. I remember there was this time, I saw a title and I was just like, "Oh, really? Let me just check." Curiosity. And then was it? No, that was not the one I. Yeah, that was one of them I checked. And then the guy was like, I told you guys, y'all just want to be stupid. You want to take this medication, be stupid." And I'm like, nobody want to be stupid. Who would want to be stupid? Okay. And at the time I'm listening to my thing and this commercial comes up and the guy was just like, "You guys are stupid. You're dumb. You're this. You're that. I told you about this." And I was like, "Oh my God." And actually, people fall for these things, but it's gonna be someone who's already like entangled in a situation. They're desperate. They just, looking for a solution. So they'll take it from anybody. You beating on them or babying them, no matter what it is you're doing, they'll jump on it because they'll jump on the wagon because they're desperate. And I don't like to take, um, you know, advantage of someone because they're like in an unfavorable situation. So I rather, if I can help, I help. If I can refer you, I refer you. But I don't want to be, let's say that you had a program that was like $5, and all of a sudden, because the person need the program is $50. Some people are like that. The minute they see that you're interested, how many things were out there that were just nothing, that were just $1, that were just nothing. And all of a sudden, because the situation came, everybody jumps on it. They jump and take advantage of people for things that were not worth it. At the end of the day, did it really save your life? A bunch of people still die, but I'm not even going to get into that, as I said. So, as we were talking about, the title is "Don't Wait Till People Die to Realize They Were Valuable, Worthy, and Worth It." Okay, that they were, maybe you want to say it, worthy, worth it, and valuable. So, I'm having a little issue here. My God. Oof, those eyes are really messing with me tonight. So, and don't mind me if I'm this way because it's like this is that way. And when I keep turning myself this way, it's not the best thing for me. It just so you're really like on the side of me and I'm sitting this way. I try to kind of fix myself, but I have to keep this on. It kind of helped me cool off. So bear with me. Just, bear with me. All you need to do is to hear what I'm saying. You don't necessarily need my face at this time. Okay. So, when we're talking about valuable, we're talking about someone, let's say you could have had someone that you rented a room to and in your basement or you could have rent them your guest house, and this person could have been very useful to you because they would have knock on your door and ask you, do you need to put out the garbage? They'll take it for you, or they would take it out for you when you put it in the bag. um they would not only cut the grass of where they are, but they cut the grass of where you are. They would maybe once a month or every Sunday would do something special with their family, maybe cooking. And they might be like, you know what, on Sunday, since I know you do double, and they brought you some food. I mean, a lot of boundaries crossed, you know. You guys sound like you definitely are friends. But nevertheless, it is not impossible. Sometimes some people are like that. Some people are very valuable and useful no matter where they go. They could be they could be at work on a job, and when they're not there, you know the difference. All I have left is ice. And do not question me why I'm drinking ice in the winter. Um, I guess blame my parents. I grew up with a fridge. Even, way back in Haiti, I grew up with a fridge. So there's certain things I'm just like bad with them. Not actually, take that back. I'm not bad with them. But sometimes I know my body. I know what my body wants. My body wants ice even if it's winter outside and the heat on my back. Go figure. All right. So, when you talk about someone being valuable, you're talking about someone being, let me put that pen down because I keep shaking it and it's so annoying. And I did forget to check the voice, and I'm assuming the voice is working because no one has said anything. But let us check anyway, just to be sure. Let's go back. Let's change that. 1 second. Let's be lovely and patient. Oh, there you go. And we are good to go. Oh, there you go. And we are good to go. This is even more funny now because this is not cooperating. Hold on. There you go. And it worked. Okay, so we good. But now we really good. So yeah, as I was saying, like, some people are very valuable. They let it be known. Everywhere they are, they let it be known that, hey, I'm here. You know, you need to take care of something. And I always tell people, if I'm somewhere, if I reside with you, if I had to spend a day with you, you're gonna know I'm here. Not because I'm gonna make noise, but because I'm gonna make myself important. I'm gonna, if I need to clean, if I need to help you out, if I need to help do hair, if I need to help cooking, whatever it is, I make myself available to you. I make myself useful because I understand what you're doing for me. What you're doing for me might not be something that everybody else would do. Because sometimes, people take for granted situations because they're thinking that, oh my God, like it's not a big deal, They just take it for granted until they have fallen in a situation where what they thought they were going to get, they didn't get. Because sometimes there are certain things that a friend might do for you, a stranger might do for you, your own family won't do for you, your own friends won't do for you. A stranger might give you a ride that took 2 hours away because they understand, they empathize with your situation. And then a friend that you've known all your life might look at you and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be too tired, I can't. I gotta go to bed, um my car is like, I have issues, it doesn't have gas. They try to say things that they know will be a problem. If you are having a finance issue, um they already know you have a financial challenge, so you're not going to be able to say, you know what, let me put gas on your V8 or V6, to go take me wherever or whatever. So so there would be a lot of things that you may have been in a situation where a stranger have done something for you, and your friend wouldn't have done it. Your family would have ignored you. Maybe even your parents would have laughed at you. Your siblings would have laughed at you, wondering, who do you think you are for me to do all that for you? So, it is just it's amazing. It's something to think about. Sometimes when you find people doing things for you, and don't take them for granted. Sometimes, excuse me, guys. Oh my God. Jay, baby. I feel so bad. I have to. Let me see if I could. If there's a way to pause this. I think you're.
Yeah.
Why you left my door open and you're disturbing my video? I so apologize. He keeps coming to check on me, but I did tell him I was gonna do the live, and I didn't realize he left the door open. So yeah, my little earring. So yeah, so it becomes like a challenge, and you don't want it when, and every time someone passes on, someone is gone, someone has died, and then for you to suddenly realize, oh my God, who's gonna give me a ride on Tuesday now? Oh my God, who's gonna take me to work? Oh my God, who's gonna pay for my school fees? Oh my God. But did you say thank you? Were you grateful when this person was alive? Were you kind? Did you understand that you didn't have everything you needed to have, and now this person has provided a way for you? I watched a little bit of this thing. What is it? Was it Love at First Sight? I don't know what it's called. I just happened to see the a preview, and I was just curious of because they say experiment, you know. I want to know about the experiment. So maybe it's Love at First Sight, because it's like they go in all these little, you know, separate pod, and they don't see each other until like the time comes for them to see each other, and then they supposed to, like, if they like the person, they engage, they get married. They have like a short time to do so, introduce them to their parents and whatever have you. So something like that. And there was one girl, one young lady, uh I don't remember her name. She was like a black girl, short hair, very petite, and maybe Jarrett. I don't know. Let me not even make up names. And she was adopted by these people when she was 20 or 21 or something like that. I didn't get to really catch the story, but I think the story was something happened, something interrupted her life, and then these people took her in, and they adopted her as their daughter, and they looked out for her. And when she introduced the guy to them, she had some issues with the guy because, first of all, the guy was picking on another girl, and the girl said no because they had like a good connection. And because the girl said no, and she asked this second, this young lady I'm talking about. And she's very pretty, very kind, Um, and she didn't want to accept it because she felt like she was, because she's a black girl, I know that was gonna come up. I'm like, that's exactly what I would be saying too. You picked her first after I thought we had a connection, so why am I gonna be like, the rebound, but eventually they worked it out. And so when the parents show up, because you have like some people there, all happy, they like what they're getting. And then suddenly, when they meet somebody new, in case if you're asking the person questions, or if, whatever it is, like whenever some people, once they meet somebody new, they lose their mind. They don't know who they are. They're ready to burn the house. Even if you had a perfect relationship before, everything was fine, all of a sudden, once they meet somebody new, they don't know how to act. So, but she was very humble. She was glad they were there. She called them as mom and dad, because you would think someone, who was as older as she was, that she would be, Mrs. John's, Mr. John kind of thing. But no, she's like, my mom and dad. And I thought that was so sweet. You know, it also shows the relationship that they have, you know, and the parents talking about her, they were very serious. Like, if you think you're going to come to, take advantage of her, you on the wrong, like you messing with the wrong little girl, like. And I thought that was very sweet too, because this is what parents are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be protecting um their family. But in a situation like that, you could see that they're not taking each other for granted. you know they're not taking each other for granted. The parents love the girl loved the parents, and they all understand that they love each other. They don't have to wonder day by day, oh, is she trying to do something against us? Is she trying to take advantage? Are they trying to take advantage of me? No, because it seems like she was a very nice girl, and maybe she could get taken advantage of easily, you know. But she seemed like she was very strong-headed too. But I guess they were just saying that just to ensure that this person knows, like, that this guy knows. Don't think you're gonna take advantage of the situation, and thinking that we don't have eyes on you. We got our eyes on you. Like, be careful. She's not somebody who's just here without any parent. So I thought that was kind of important, and whatever the point that I was trying to make from that, I think I made it. Just not taking each other for granted, okay? And I guess, yeah, like, when she met the guy, she could have been like, well, I don't care if you like him or not. That's my man. I like him. And you have some people, some kids out there, that's how they are. When they meet somebody new and their parents are trying to tell them, take it easy, take it slow. I don't care. That's my man. I could do whatever I want. This is somebody you just met. This is somebody you don't even know yet. You don't even know if they're married. You don't know if they have children. You don't even know their full name. And this is your man? You don't know their parents. If this person stab you, you don't know where to go catch them, where to go find them. You can't even give the cops a good description of them. So you gotta take it easy, take it slow. If you're a child, you were taking your parents for granted, don't take them for granted anymore. And if you're a parent who has a child who's very malleable, there's always that child, there's always that dark child who's always trying to earn your love. And maybe it's time for you to stop treating them like, some strange child. It's your child, treat them right. And even if that wasn't your, your step parent or something, once you agreed to be in that marriage, you agreed to have that child be your child. So treat them right. Treat them like your own, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Um, so as I was saying earlier, when you're talking about valuable, you're talking about someone being helpful, someone that when they're not here, you can tell the difference. You could tell that, oh, your wife didn't dress you today, because I can see. And, or your wife did not cook this food, man, because I know when she cooks how good it smells. Just stuff like that. Like when people are not around, they made their mark. And you can tell when they're not around. My God. Whew. Judgment class is all you want. Um, when you're talking about valuable, you can decide like how much, when, where, how, there are different ways that people are being kind or being sweet or being helpful. There's different way. There's different means, different, maybe this is a person who's just they valuable to you, because what I mean is, like, when I'm saying how much, when, where, how, what, it's like this person is valuable to me because you know what, they're my alarm clock every morning. They would call and say, hey, you know what, it's time for work. Am I picking you up today or are you picking me up? You could have that kind of arrangement with someone. Oh, this one, that's my girl, because you know what, you talk bad about me in front of her, she will put you in your place. Or, um, you know, this is, like this different way, whatever, however you would think about it. There's nothing complicated. I just wanted to mention that just so you can have a route. Because sometimes when you're thinking someone valuable, and if this is something you have not applied, so it might be a little bit different for you to understand, okay, how am I talking about this? Am I saying that, okay, this person is valuable because they give me a jump the other day, or because they're always giving me a jump every time my car is there? It doesn't matter how many times. It could be one time, but this person was valuable, because if it weren't for this person, you wouldn't be able to get out. Like, you could meet someone for a second and this person is already valuable to you, because they just gave you direction how to get out of the boondocks, because you were heading towards where it's like the racist land. Like, if you went there, you might not have come back out, you know? So if you remember that Medea scene, I don't remember which movie that was, but there was a scene like she went somewhere and like the people were racist and she went to the bathroom. And then when she came back in the car, she just jumped. Like, she didn't even open the door. She just jumped and said, let's go. And then these people came back out, looking all weird and whatever. But, someone doing something like that for you, I'm not saying to be people getaway car if they go rob a bank or something, but still, that would be valuable to you. Because it's like what you're looking for is like something that the person does that means something to you. Someone who's abusing you, you know, might not seem valuable to you, right? Listen clearly now. But they, you made them valuable somehow, even in the toughest situation. You made them valuable. You made what they did to you valuable, because of what they did, you became um a worker in the field. You became like a domestic violence worker, or you open your own office where you help people in those situations. um that person made you go back to school, because sometimes some things that people do to you are not valuable, they're not good, they're not worthy, but you take that action and you reverse it and made it worthy for your life. I hope you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying go get somebody, punch your face outside so you could do something different in your life. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is, if you were caught up in the situation and you just didn't know how to get out. You didn't know what to do. But every day you just kept thinking, and you just, maybe you met someone later on who helped you. That person who helped you to come out of it absolutely is a valuable person. But still, that experience is valuable. That the action wasn't pleasant, but the experience, the fact that you went to that experience, now you're able to help other people to get out of it because you've been there. You know how it feels like. Have you ever dealt with a worker for whatever situation? Maybe you were caught up in something and you dealt with a worker, and you can tell the person has never been in those situations. Have you ever, maybe you are surrounded by these kind of workers that they frustrate you. You love your job, you love what you do, you love to um defend those people. You love to advocate. You're an advocator. You love to advocate for them, because I'm trying to think like, wait, advocator, is that a word? I had to quickly think. Advocate. Okay, let's leave it as that. Um, so, it's like you listen to their words sometimes, the way they laugh at people's situation, and you're like, this is not funny for someone to get their face punched, into a wall, or, into the bathroom or whatever, because of someone who just hate them, who just don't know how to love them. That's not nice, you know. Um, they say things, and when you try to correct them, it's like they so lost. It's like as if you can't even fix that anymore. So that's what I mean. Like, the when you were in the moment getting your face punched, of course that's not valuable, you know unless you had a shifted jaw like me. You had a problem with your jaw, and when they punch your face and you never had the jaw problem anymore, they fixed your jaw, and maybe doctors were afraid to move it too fast so they don't break your jaw. But now the punch did not break your jaw, but it fixed it. So something like that, you know, or maybe sometimes, these people have a heart transplant or something, and they wake up with the person's skills as well. Like they never spoke French, now they can speak French, they can speak Spanish, because the person who gave them the heart spoke those languages. Or they start having an interest in, what do you call it, construction. Like this guy became, he had an interest in construction. He didn't even like it, but he was able to do things. And then later on, only to find out the person he had the transplant from was that type of a worker, was a woodworker. So it's very funny. But you just have to be able to, if you had a negative situation, take turn it around and turn it into a positive, so it can become something valuable in your life. You turn it into what you want to make it valuable. Don't ever let people force you to take something valuable that you don't value. You know, I might try to tell you, hey, listen, eat your spinach, eat your spinach, eat your, but you don't like spinach. You don't have any interest in spinach. As a matter of fact, you're allergic to spinach. And now I'm forcing you, eat your spinach, eat your spinach. And next thing you know, what happens? You eat it, now you end up at the hospital, for how many days? Because you know what? You didn't have the courage to say, well, I can't, because I don't, not that only don't like it, I'm allergic to it. So keep it away from me. You have people like that. Sometimes they just don't say anything. They cutting their leg. They went to the hospital for a toothache, and now the doctor walk in and start like prepping them to cut their legs, and they just sit there and they don't say anything. Like, no, you gotta talk. So know that everyone is significant. Everyone has significance and importance in life. You know, everyone was born, you know, for that. They were born out of significance, you know, and you cannot want to take that away from them. Anyone who's trying to take away your significance does not love you. Anyone who tried to take away, your significance, your dignity, you know, the important part of you, you know, they don't respect you, they don't love you, they 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 don't want to see anything good happen to you. You have to take that into um account. You have to make note of it. You have to remind yourself that this is how this person has been showing me over and over that I don't have any significance. I live with them, I cook for them, I clean for them, I, get the car ready for them, I take the garbage out for them, um, and no matter how many times I do it, I leave my house to come to their house to do it for them, and they don't take that seriously. They don't take that. They don't see any value in it. I come, I leave my house, I come to their house, and I clean their house and everything. They don't see any value in it. So now, let me stop doing it, and then suddenly everybody will understand and will see the value in it when I was doing it. Because now they don't know how to do it. They never liked to do it. That's why you came to do it for them. Now, every way they do it, it's wrong. They don't know how to do it. Now, they were cleaning the snow off their car. They were doing it the wrong way. They broke their wipers and pushing it too hard on the mirror. They broke and popped the mirror. They went to the back. Like, no matter how they did it, they scratched the car. They now throw in hot water. They throw in hot water, you know, trying to melt the ice. Little did they know, they only made it worse. They tried to take the garbage out, but they didn't realize you live in a place where there's all these rodents, all these animals that are always looking for food. So now they didn't close the garbage properly. So now these rodents are having a party while they're sleeping. So this is how sometimes someone has significance, because once they're not there, the things that used to get done are no longer being done. Or when they're finally done, they're not being done the way they supposed to be done. However, it was meant or it was said for them to get done, that's not how they're done. Now, mm, you're starting with me? Now whoever's cooking is burning the food. They don't know how to clean the cooking pan properly. They scratching it, and this is a non-stick, you're not supposed to scratch it. Now they using aluminum stuff to scrape it, and now they messed up the thing that it's no longer good. Like, this is what I mean. Like, the significance with people, it is important. Everybody has significance, that you want it or not. No matter how terrible someone may seem, there should be something that they're doing that adds significance to their lives. Even the person who comes will seem like a potato couch, you know, and they just sit there and lay there all day. But guess what? The minute you have a problem with your computer, who do you call? The minute your radio doesn't call, the minute your phone is giving you a problem, who helps you? That potato couch, right? So everybody has their significance. Don't ever miscomprehend this. Don't ever forget that everyone has their significance. They don't like to work, but anytime there's a technical problem in the house or at the church or at that institution or whatever have you, they're the one that takes care of it. So remember that. Um, and remember that instinctively, everyone wants and desires to be, they want to be good. They want to be known as good. Rarely, or I mean, unless we're talking about like a psychic, a crazy, insane killer, some psychopath. Um, Everyone, and even the psychopaths, some of them, if you look at their interviews, with the stuff they say, they wanted to be good, but they kept being triggered. Maybe like when they go to work, when there's something they hear, like let's say they had like an abusive childhood, everywhere they go they would get triggered because they never got treatment for some of the challenges they were having. They never spoke to anyone about it, so the problem multiplied. I'm not making excuses for them. I know some of you people always going around looking for reasons to start stuff with people, but I'm not giving anybody any kind of excuse to say what they, this person, that person is okay. I'm not here to judge anybody. You can do it because you're the saint. You could go judge them, but I'm just taking an example to explain what I'm saying. It's just that sometimes it's just intrinsically, normally, I don't know what other word, like, it's just normal for people who want to be good. But you got to realize, especially the society that we're living in today, people are being challenged every day when it comes to doing good. If you do good at your company right now, you go and tell, you go talk about this person is not doing good, this is what this person doing, they stealing the stuff, and I try talking to them and they're not listening to me, so I have no choice but to report it to the manager, to the supervisor, and the supervisor's like, well, I don't know what to do, I'll talk to them. And they never really talk to them because you know what, they both stealing, they both aware of what each other's doing. One is stealing food, but the other is stealing the towels. So now you go and bring it to the manager, and the manager's just like, what do you mean? And next thing you know, you're the one being punished. You're the one being punished for telling on them. Next thing you know, they find a way to keep shutting you out, to pressure you so much that they make the work environment unlivable to the point that you have to walk away. Don't think because people are supposed to be, um I can't find the word, because they're supposed to be valuable, because some people, they supposed to be in a position where they allow everybody to have their dignity. Don't think because they're in the position to process this, that they're going to do it. That's the biggest problem. Although, we live in a country where they're pointing the finger at every other country. Oh, this country is no good, that country has corruption. Is there any place that has more corruption than the country we live in? Seriously? Good people suddenly jumping off buildings, good people suddenly, end up in pools and some water of bodies, some body of water somewhere. It's like, is there any place that's really more corrupt? This is why good people don't talk, people don't say, people see things, they don't say it really, because the minute they say it, they have to worry about their family, they have to worry about their kids going to school, they have to worry about them going to work. Suddenly they get a memo from work that indicates that, oh, your performance suddenly. I've been working here for 30 years, there was no performance issue. Why is year 31, when I'm reporting an issue, that's when I suddenly get written up for whatever? So you guys got to pay attention, because a lot of people are just sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. Don't wait until the train hits you to realize that you were sitting on its way. Because a lot of them, when you talk, they always play dumb, like it doesn't happen. Really? Really? And then boom, it happens to them. Who do they call? You. All right, you guys got this. You got this. So, pay attention and do what you have to do. Don't ever feel like you're in a situation where you're selling out your dignity. If your dignity is at stake, your integrity is at stake, you're overdoing that place. Oh, what am I gonna do? I don't. So what? Everybody's online these days. So what? You don't have a skill? Then go learn a skill. You don't think you have any talent? Because some of you guys, you paint, you write, you dance, you backflip, you front flip, but you don't have any talent. So what do you want me to tell you? Yeah, I come for you today. All right. So I hope you guys get it. Oh, I have to bring my thing back in. I'm like stuffy and I'm not stuffy. It makes it hard for me to breathe. Okay. Um, yeah, so people just have these intrinsic values that are just in them. They want to do the right thing, but they just are not able to do the right thing because there's other people that have their foot on their neck. So they're not able to do the right thing. They're being suffocated, you know? So, yeah, wake up. And everyone has intrinsic value. I was talking about everyone desires to be respected. Who do you know that don't want to be that wants to be who do you know? Who do you know that doesn't want respect? Do you know anyone? Do your parents don't want respect? Do your siblings don't want respect? Do you don't want respect? Everybody wants respect. The dog at your house wants respect. They don't want you to just bring another dog without consulting with them first. So everybody wants respect. Everybody wants respect. So let's give it. Let's get it and let's give it. And also you got to keep in mind that having respect shows presents you to the world as a valuable person. People that have respect are people that are valuable, people that are important, people that are significant, people that people can respect, people that have stature. Let me not start saying words that are like making me confused again. Status. There's a ring to English is funny. You could say the right word, status, it's the right word, but because you don't put the ring to it, status. I remember I was talking to someone one time and I say, yeah, it's an important document or something I was saying, but I say important. And then the person turned around and said, oh, important. Like, wasn't important? Have you read the word? Do you know how to spell the word? It's important, you know? But English you could tell someone like, people want dignity. And they're like, dignity? But you say like, dignity. And it's like, oh, dignity. You English speakers are funny. Y'all funny. You tell a person like, oh, that's so special. What? Special? Oh, special. Special. You get what I'm saying now? Okay, I hope you do. It's just funny. You know, it's just like everything there's a decadence. There's a little hip, to it. Like, it's not just it's just oh. We have that too, Caribbean. We have that too. No worries. I'm not judging. I just like it. Um, yes. So, respect should be just like a humanity thing. It's a humanitarian thing. It's not, you know, um, it shouldn't be something that people have to force you to do. It should be just common sense for you to say, oh my God, it's a humanitarian effort for all of us to earn, to get respect. Of course, we're going to say to earn respect, but first, respect has to be given. And when the person no longer wants it, that's when you take it back. I don't believe in disrespecting people because I don't think you deserve respect. I'll respect you regardless. Regardless, I respect you, but you have to take that away from me. You know? You understand? Your respect, you take it away from me. I don't take your respect away from you. No matter where I meet you, what you're supposed to be, that you were cleaning my shoes or opening my door or cooking my food. Because we grew up with helpers in the house and we would have to lose our mind to disrespect them, you know? And even I think even when we lost our mind, we disrespect them, we still would have get a whooping. So let alone when our head is on our shoulders. Okay. So um so to me it's like, I give respect to everyone. But then you would have to take that respect from me by yourself. Not me deciding, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take no, you take that respect from me because you did what you did that caused me to say, you know what, you are not deserved, you know. So yeah, this is it, right? Like you have a lot of people sometimes, um let's use the church because we always use the church, don't we? They're up there, they preaching, you some people are entrusting their children to them, and all they're doing is abusing these poor children, or you know and it's not right. It's not right because like the Whitney song, and it's not okay. um um people, I think people just, anyway, today I posted this thing on Facebook and it was in Creole, and I said, you, I guess, what was it again? It's like you can, hmm, I guess in Creole it sounds better. But it's like you could trust someone, but you don't have to put your trust in them. I don't know if that makes any sense. I might have to look it up to see. It's like, you could believe someone, you believe them, but you don't have to put your trust in them. Like you don't give them your trust. You always have to have that um little bit of reservation because you just don't know when they're gonna drop that trust that you gave them. So it's like this person tell you, oh yeah, I'm the doctor. Yeah, sure. You want me to believe? Sure, I'll believe. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna trust you to cut my belly when I'm like giving birth if I have an issue. You know, I believe you. You want me to believe that you know how to fly a jet, and I know you for a very long time. I never knew you to go to any such school. So you can talk all you want. Yeah, sure. I hear you. But I'm not listening. So it was the same thing I was saying. I can hear you. You can hear people, but it's not everybody you listen to. You hear them. You could talk. You could talk. Your mouth is yours. You could talk. But we have that thing in Creole that says, Your mouth is yours, but your behind is for the cops. So if you say the wrong thing, they will deal with you. So your mouth is yours until you say the wrong thing. Then your behind is no longer yours. You know. So just keep it in mind. Just keep that in mind. You could listen. You could hear everybody, but you don't have to listen to no one. You hear everybody, but you don't have to listen to no one. Yeah, that's my quote. I said it. Um, you know, what is it again? Let's see. And I talked to you about everyone desires respect. Okay. And then I wanted to just mention those couple of some of the values that I thought, like, you know, people could be doing things to, could be doing things to you, for you, and that you appreciate them. That's what you give them in return. Because people like to be seen as valuable players. So as a valuable player, I want to feel appreciated. Not that sometimes, if you're high enough in your spiritual journey, some of these things won't matter to you. You would know that, okay, once I do it, I'm done. I'm moving on to the next. You know, sometimes you might even want to say thank you and you can't even find me. Like sometimes that's what happened when we go travel to go for missionary work. By the time I'm done with this area, I'm heading to another area that might be like 4 hours away. So you might want to say thank you, but you can't even catch me. By the time we finish doing what we're doing, we're already out. We're moving. And when we get to the next place, it's the same thing. We do it, we appreciate it. Sometimes we even, because me, for my mission, it's always I spend time with the kids, talk to the kids and so on. um but you might be like, let me run outside and go get a drink and I'll be right back, and by the time you come back, we're gone. So, but nevertheless, the regular folks, they like to be appreciated. So you can show them appreciation. you know People like to be appreciated. They like to know, like, in a relationship, for example, husband and wife, they each other, they want to be a husband who goes to work hard to take care of his family. He likes to be appreciated. He doesn't want to come home to a dirty home. He doesn't want to come home where you're just sitting on the chair talking on the phone and waiting for him to bring food. After he's done working all day, now you expect him to cook for you. After he's done working all day, now you want him to go get your food too. And there's a car sitting outside collecting dust, which you could have taken easily and go get food and come back. I'm not saying that because, you're supposed to be like the type of woman to cook. Hey, you might not like to cook. Those hens could be medical hens. So when you get home, you could just order the food. I mean, nowadays there's no excuse because you can order anything in. Like, I'm shocked the amount of things that you can order in nowadays. People can order just about anything. And I mean anything. It's like, if you want to, this is so weird, awkward what I'm gonna say. But I guess if you wanted like clean urine, if you gotta take a drug test, I'm sure there's somewhere, some website that provide that, you know? So it's just to say, it's like anything like is possible, you know? I'm not saying that you have to clean. We live in an era where women are also entrepreneur, and sometimes women are the breadwinners, you know? So maybe one goes to work out and one stay at home and works. So you can just pay a person to come and clean your home. You don't have to do it. You could pay someone to come clean your home. It depends. If you don't have children, the person can come once or twice a week, depending how messy, you know, you guys are. If you know how to fold your clothes and put your clothes away, then the person might come once a week. But if you're a person who's like, after you finish your clothes, you just drop it on the floor and you very messy, then you just have the person come 3 times a week. At least you don't make such a pile of a mess by the time they come, you know? So I'm just saying, it's like everyone wants to be noticed. Everyone wants to be appreciated, even awarded. They want to be acknowledged. They want to know that that they're doing their best. Okay? So, okay. Another thing that people like, another thing people want to know that they're a valuable player, it's affection, again, in a relationship, you know, affection. Your wife wants to be noticed. She went and got this dress for you, or went and got that um 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 I'm losing my words when I come on this thing. They got this new lingerie, you know. They got this new lingerie and they want to be noticed. And it's so funny of this word too, lingerie. I'm like, how is I become a you? It should be lingerie. Lingerie. So yeah, you know. So yeah, if your wife has your lingerie and she's coming into the room, you should smell that new perfume. You should notice that, wow, you know, you look great. I love that. You don't wait until, you see them wearing some nice, sexy new bra and they going out, and that's when you want to make a comment. Because you have some people that are like troublemakers like that. You can wear it in the house, they don't see you. But the minute you want to put a dress over that, you want to run to the store, where you going looking like that? Where you But they didn't notice you then. They didn't notice that, you know, you were even present. They didn't even notice that you had anything going on. They didn't notice that you lost 10 pounds. But it's not good, because when you don't notice people, then other people start noticing them and they start giving their attention to the wrong place. Not that I'm excusing it, but that's how it happens. That's how it starts. And then you have acceptance. People want to know that they're accepted here, that it's safe to walk in. It's safe for me to share my vulnerable stories with you, that you're not going to judge me. You're not going to make me feel awkward. You're not going to make me feel bad for a mistake that I made 30 years ago. you know so people want to know that they're accepted in every way. Today I can give you $1 million, but tomorrow I might be bedridden. you know will I still be accepted? Will you still want me the same? you know so a lot of times people are like to say these things, oh, my word, my country doesn't offer any opportunity. My parents um don't want to give me my inheritance. Not us black people, we don't talk about that. I talk about stuff like that. What is that? Inheritance? What? um no matter how much money, don't think it's because some people can. Some people can. It's just not part of the vocabulary. I'm just saying. Okay. So y'all know what I'm talking about. So don't be side eyeing me. Okay. So so instead of constantly, sometimes, we give our power away by blaming other people, by saying, like, like, what are you giving me? You haven't given me anything. You don't give me a car. If you want a car, go get a car. We live in a country that's one thing, though. Whatever you want, you can get. There's always a way around it. There's always somebody who knows how to get there. So all you got to do is ask questions and go to the right places. So instead of wondering or asking, you know, what are you offering me? You know, um, what about what are you offering? Let's say if you're saying this world doesn't offer you anything, but instead say, what am I offering to the world? What do I have that I can give to the world? Okay, I know I go to work, but what am I giving to the work? Do I volunteer? Do I go to mission trips? Do I What are you offering to the world? Yes, you go to work, but when you get off work, what is it that you offer for free? Do you spend time with homeless or with people at shelters, teaching them how to get out of certain situation, or how to apply new skills? Like, what is it that you're offering to the world, to your home, to your family, to your parents? Instead of like constantly um feeling like you're not receiving stuff, how about you trying to give? Because sometimes you get more in giving than actually trying to take from people. Because you have some people in life, they're just takers. They want to take everything. You take them somewhere and you're like, oh, okay, my friend is giving this and that, you know, um, it, oh, instead of taking one and leave space for someone else to get some, if there's 10, they want all the 10. But what if someone else show up at their house? What if someone else show up at the center? What if someone else show up, you know, um, at the mission station? You know, so you got to keep that in mind, that you know, as a valuable person, you don't want to you don't want to just give everything to one spot. You don't want to just give everything to one person. You don't want to just give everything and then later on you are not even replenished. You cannot even find the strength, the courage to replenish, because you've given so much out that you're so empty. It's got to take you days. I was just talking to someone about that, and I was like, sometimes, when you give out so much, when you have to keep repeating the same mistakes, when you have to keep repeating, redoing the same things, when you have to keep taking people for granted, at some point, like, it's like you can't anymore. Someone has been taking you for granted for 20 years, for 30 years, and there comes a time it's like enough is enough. Because you have given so much, you can't even recharge. You burnt out because you gave so much. You just keep on giving, giving, giving. You're burnt out. There's nothing else left, nothing else you can share, nothing else you can give, nothing else you can do anything with. It's just gone, it's just done. So you gotta know, you gotta make, you know you gotta open your eyes, because you gotta make plans. You gotta know what it is that you're doing. You gotta understand, when people don't value you, it's not because of you, but because sometimes people might have something in their eyes. It's like right now, you might present me with this pen, and this pen was Mont Blanc. This pen was some expensive pen, and I can't see it. So I might take it and just put it on the table, instead of actually putting it in a nice little case and hide it away from everybody's eyes. But because I don't know the value of it, because I can't see the value of it, I can't read it, So I just take it like it's nothing. So sometimes people don't put so much value where value is due. It's not entirely their fault. It's just something is wrong. Maybe the environment they grew up, people did not like diamonds. They don't like gold. They don't like silver. They don't like precious stones. So if you give them a diamond and they're like, what is that? Is this like a, what is it? What do you do with that? And then they take it, they're like, oh, let me go shower and throw it on the bed or throw it on the floor with the other stones. You know, don't be shocked. It's just because they don't know the value of it. And you don't have the time to really teach people that I'm valuable. Let me show you I'm valuable. Let me prove to you I'm valuable. No, you don't get it? Okay, bye. Sayonara. Peace out. Arrivederci. Uh, what? Como se dice? Adios. You know? Um, next time, next lifetime. That's it. That's all you can do. You can't go and shove it down their throat. I'm valuable. Say it. Say it loud. Say it loud. I'm valuable. No, that's not going to happen because they don't know it. Oh my God. So pretty. I'm so funny sometimes. But see, that's a value. I am mad funny. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what I'm going through. It doesn't matter what circumstance I'm in. I'm just a funny person. You know? I'm just a funny person. It doesn't matter if I'm at a wedding or a funeral. I'm a funny person. Don't invite me if you don't want to laugh. You know, there is not a circumstance that takes my laughter or smiles away. And I thank God for that. I thank God for that. I can connect the dot and thank God for my spirituality that I know the difference. That I know the difference, that I understand things about life, that I can see things about life, that there are things that I just don't buy, don't bring into my life because there are things that I get and I got them a long time ago. I probably did not understand as a, let's say as a kid. Some stuff I didn't fully understand, but I got it. Why I got it? Because I was not being repulsive about it. When I saw that, when that happened, when this happened, I didn't fully understand it. I didn't understand where it came from. It's just like, for example, manifestation. I probably never talked to somebody about it way back in the days, but I was manifesting things left and right. Would you remember? Would you believe that to I went to a meeting on a yearly basis, and there's not a year that I went that I did not win. I will be the first, the second, or the third. And they hated me for that. Co-workers that were supposed, some that claimed to be friends, they hated me. They were making like a joke, but they said it for real. Like I can feel, I'm an empath. I can feel the anger out of them when they did not win. And they bought so many tickets, and I bought one. Because I'm like, I'm not spending more than $2. I'm not spending more than $5. You know? I'm like, I got a mouth to feed. I got a baby. I got a minor to feed. So now I'm buying one ticket, $1. However, no, whatever the price is for one ticket, that's what Marie got. And guess who's gonna win hundreds of dollars later? I'm telling you. And I told them, like, I don't care when they have, you know, the thing. I don't care if they have it in the morning, whatnot. I'm like, I'm gonna win. And they're like, oh, not this time. You already went last year and the year before. You're not winning this year. I said, watch me win. And that time, she made me win even better. I won a couple $100. Year before that, I won TV. Sometime after or whatever. I'm always winning no matter what it is. And I probably, if I went today, I would win again. So you know what I mean? It's like people don't understand. People take these things for granted. Sometimes you have that. And I had that. I know I had something. I know I can make things happen. I know I can be a miracle you know, I forgot the word. um you know I'm a miracle maker, if we want to say it that way. I'm a path finder, I'm a path maker, I'm a path creator. I'm not afraid. But if you had asked me to explain it to you, then I'd be like, I can win. I win because I win because I can. But I had to go behind to understand the science of my winning. Imagine I went to something and there were three prizes. I won so good, I was embarrassed. There were three prizes, and I won all three. And then the kids came to me and they're like, I want somebody to have voodoo, you guys. They're like, the kids started talking when I was in high school, and they started talking and they're like, yo, she probably got some voodoo. Then they say she Haitian or some African or something, you know, she probably got some of that voodoo or something. That's what they used to say. And I just laugh. I laugh and walk away. I don't entertain that stuff. I'm not gonna let you pull my energy down, you know. But it was just funny, it was something else. It was funny. So stay true to yourself. If you value somebody and the other people don't value them, don't take away that person's value, because you know that they're valued. You know that they have value, but because somebody who just come to your house, because someone who just call you on the phone, because some friends you got, because you go to work, you ever have someone, it's like, you could have, let's say for kids, you see that with kids in school sometime, high schoolers or whatever, they may have a little friend that live in the neighborhood, that's their friend. And then when they go to school, that's not their friend anymore, because now they have to pretend that they don't see any value in that peer, because their friends don't see any value in that peer. You understand? Because that peer is not wearing no Jordans, is not wearing no Prada, no whatever they call them these days, no Coach, no Gucci. So because their friends cannot afford that thing, suddenly when they get to school, they have a different set of friends. So don't be like that. Back in the days when you were a kid, you did that stuff. People can understand, okay, peer pressure, whatever, but you don't have to be like that. If you see value in someone, when you go to work, they're talking bad about the person, don't take away their values because you don't have the cojones to stand up to them. Don't take that person's value, you know, throw it to the floor until you need it, or until you need the person. Because sometimes that's what some people did. That's what some people do. That's what they continue to do. I remember someone did something like that in front of me, and they said, they were saying something. But this person is a two-faced, you know, they just go with the flow wherever the flow is easier. And I don't mean like go with the flow in a good way. I mean go in the flow in a bad way. It's like people who just never did anything with their life when they were supposed to. They were like in the crack house. And then all of a sudden, when they're getting old, they realize like, oh my God, I'm missing out all the opportunities. And then that's when they suddenly want to like be somebody, you know? So they went ahead and then they say, oh, this person, he doesn't know that. I said, in the meeting, I said, oh, is that what you said? Is that what you think of him? I'll let him know when I get back. And what do you think I did when I get back? I didn't want to start something, but sometimes you laughing with people that you don't even know don't value you. So you enabling them, you validating them not seeing you significant. I considered the person as a friend at that time. And I say at that time because people do backstab you too. Um, so I told them. I walked in and I didn't say it in the um behind him. I said it because we entered together in the building, and the minute we entered, I said, "Oh, hey." So he said at the meeting, "You don't know anything about this and that," and I said, "I'm gonna tell you when I get back." Because when you friend with somebody, when you hear people talk bad about them, it hurts you. It bothers you. You know? It's like, how could you say that? This person taught you. All you guys ever did is smoke together. You never did anything significant at the building. Anything that have ever been done has been done by us. Us. So why y'all always trying to get people's credits? It's like this has been like since the beginning of time. At this point, I don't care. Y'all can listen to me, be mad, whatever. But it's just like it's annoying at this point. It's very annoying. Since it's the beginning of time, that's all you guys been doing. Wait for us to do it, and then you just take it and try to claim it. That's why Sophia Stewart, you know, um, she got them and she got them good. Them stupid brothers trying to like steal her stuff, you know, the Avatar, um, what's the is it Mission Impossible? It's that movie when they have like they metal, they can become anything. Wait, the name just came. Oh, that movie's creepy, man. I saw I saw the first one. I think I saw the second. I couldn't see the third one. It was making my skin crawl. I don't know what it was. Like when I saw them and just killing people, just I couldn't take it. I couldn't take the violence anymore. Like, no. It was just like it was hurting. Like it made my skin crawl literally. Like when they were in the jail and there was a part they were in the jail and then he could just melt metal and then when the guards are trying to talk, it just poke everybody in the belly and they're gone and then cut the bars and then he can copy anybody, he can like kill you and then take your person you know your face and everything. And ah, it was just too much for my little heart. But but anyhow, Sophia Stewart was the woman that people don't really um know so much. I mean, they know there's a woman that sued them that won, but they don't say the name, you know. So Miss Stewart wrote her stuff and they tried to steal it. And, she had her book about it and everything. So she went for them and she won. And she still owned her stuff. And then some people were like, oh yeah, they paid her and that was it. No, that was not it. It's still her stuff because she's a producer. That's her thing. So but but yeah, You know, sometimes people might see you have value, um, and they try to steal your values. They try to steal things that come out of your values. You know, don't let them. Do not let them. If you catch them, you mention it. You you set the boundaries. You know, let's say, here's what I mean. I meant just like Miss Sophia, you know, she wrote her stuff and then they try to steal it because they know that, you know, she's a valuable person. She's a valuable writer, significant writer and producer. And they saw that in her. Instead of acknowledging, okay, acknowledging that and say, can we work with you? Instead, they do what they've been doing to us, to Black people since day one. Just take your stuff because they think they can still do it. Just take your stuff and keep on walking like nothing. Just take it and use it and make tons of monies with it and keep it moving. I, till today, there's this one or two businesses out there that I remember had a project, and that's when I shared that in the project. And I saw these businesses out there exactly the same way that, you know, we talk about it. Until today, my mind still bugged me, and I don't know why today it hit me again. Like, you, it's telling me, go see who's in the board of, you know, who's the founder, who's the creator of this thing, because there's something you need to know. And my mind keeps telling me that. And I think it's time, you know, it has, the time has come for me to go find out if this person just took the idea and run with it. So so yeah, so don't let people, because they know you have this value and they just come and take it from you. They know you're a good painter, and instead of paying you to do a project, they just come and they just want to take everything you have. They just want to keep on taking from you. They want you to just keep on producing stuff. They just take, and that's it. It's not like some people take from you. They might say, you know, um oh, okay, let me take this book, and then I'll put it in my store. You know, maybe someone who wanted a book of ideas, a book where they can write their ideas, you know, um they can use that. You know, this is beautiful and yada yada. Okay, it could be something like that. Or they could be like, you know what, let me present this project to, I work with a lot of young people, and sometimes we need positive stuff to push them, you know. And I also work with a mindfulness, you know, with a mental health, I also work with a mental health institution. So since this is about mindfulness, let me present this to them to see what they think about it. Because, you know, no, they come and they take it. They don't do any advertising for you. They don't even acknowledge you in public. They take it, they go to the radio, they don't even talk about it. They go to TV shows, they don't even talk about it, but they just want to keep taking. I remember one person that took a book from me, and you know, at the time my friend told me, you know, my mentor at the time told me, oh yeah, oh her, she's good for it, you know, because the person is supposed to be a big person, you know, big people, money people, you know, a respectable person, I should say. And the person had us standing and say she'll be right back and left. I imagine she wasn't even leaving the meeting yet, because it was like a, I don't know, a conference or um I don't remember, but it was like a conference kind of thing that was happening. And That person actually left trying to skip, what was it, 10, $12? For 10, $12 for a young person who's trying to push their little book. You took the book and you didn't even pay for it. And as a matter of fact, you let she let us stand. We standing outside a conference because he pulled me out of the conference to introduce me to her and to say, oh, this person is very beautiful, and you know, and then she took the book and she left. And I don't think she was leaving. She was, going to the bathroom and whatever. She took the book, went outside, and never even paid for it. At least you should have said, sometimes people do that and they pushing stuff, onto you, and you already just say, okay, hold it, I'll be back, or not today, or, you could just say that. And at the time, it's not, no one else was really selling anything there. My mentor just told me, you know what? I know a few people in the city. Just bring a few books and we can introduce it to a few of them. They can buy it and whatever. No, never, never. And that was very embarrassing. And this person, I still, when people do certain things to you, you just remember it. No matter what happens to you, you just, nah, that's not true. It's just she was written somewhere. There's a red book. I know people call it black book. I call it red because more like fire, you know. Okay. So as I said, it's like you're a valuable person. You have your things that you do that make you even more valuable, that make you even more important. But don't let people just come and take everything away from you and you have nothing left. You always have something else because it's you, but you know what I mean. And ask yourself, how do I make myself a valuable person? Am I a valuable person? What values do I have that make others notice me? You know, is it my charm? Is it my happiness? Is it my honesty? Is it my smile? Is it my integrity? Is it my warm embrace? Is it my, I don't know, you tell me. So, what is it? Is it because you're reliable? Um, you're so many things I could mention, but what is it about you that makes you a significant person in your home, in your community, at your job, um, anywhere that you go, anywhere that you frequent? What makes you a valuable person there? And, you know, you have your end values, your what they call the destination values, that I just mentioned. Um, and then you have um, your means values, your path values, meaning that you need that to take you there. Like, you might need money and fame to become uh, a happy person. So, something like that. I'm not even gonna like get you more confused if you are. Um, okay. So, I wanted to offer you 7 ways to show people you value them in your life. 7 ways. You know me about the numbers. I wrote six, but I was like, nah, let's make that seven, because So number one, if you value someone, or if someone values you, you know, well, let's put it that you value someone, you make time for them. You are not going to be always so busy for them. You can't even talk to them. I remember there's a friend of mine, like I'm always there. You know, well, there was, you know, I'm always there. I'm always there. I'm always reachable. I'm always dependable. I'm there. You need me, I'll show up. I'll take you there. But then when it was me, if I call this number, the number is already disconnected. And it was every time that I'm um dealing with her, it was always like that. It's like I can always do stuff for her, but when it comes to me, unless I bump into her at the mall, unless I bump into her at church, unless I bump into her, at the park or in some bizarre places that I'm never that I'm almost never at, you know, unless I bump into her, or to a family and I'm like, oh, like sometimes I would have to drive to a sibling's place of work to like, can you tell her to call me? You know, can you have her call me? My number's the same and here it is. Like this chick need to stop disappearing like that, you know? And eventually it had to come to an end. It was just like, whatever, man. It's like sometimes you put so much value in someone that they don't know how to receive it, that instead of receiving it and be grateful, they try to devalue you as a person. They try to start devaluing you because you're putting so much value into them. They think like maybe you want something from them. There's something you try to get from them. No, dude. I just think you're good at this. I just think you're valuable. I just think, you know, I don't want to take you for granted. So I just think you're significant, you know? But because people never really treat them that way, and you're doing that for them, and suddenly they think you want something from them, just like everybody else. They've been perhaps abused in the past or whatever the story may be. So they think, like, okay, maybe this person is trying to do the same thing. So number two is have measurable expectations. If you value someone or that they value you, have measurable expectations. In the same way, don't let people put immeasurable expectation, impossible expectations on you. Like they're gonna expect you to take care of the baby, the newborn twins, while you're taking care of the 2-year-old twins, while you cooking and cleaning and going to pick up the mail and going to drop the mail and going to school. Don't tell me it's not impossible because somebody out there is doing it. But what I'm saying is, don't let someone impose themselves on you. Don't allow them to impose um um impossible expectations on you. Don't let them impose themselves so much that you drive yourself crazy. you know um I mean, I don't want to keep giving you examples because then we're gonna be like keep going deeper in hours, but I don't want that. So number three is make public acknowledgments. Make public acknowledgments. If someone appreciates you, someone value you, or if you value them, make public acknowledgement. Like, oh my God, you're so good at this. No, really, you're really good at this. I wouldn't have the patience to sit behind a camera and to teach people like stuff they should be paying, hundreds and thousands of dollars for. Oh my God, no, I couldn't do it. Have people acknowledge you in, you know, I mean, I'm not saying to impose yourself on them to acknowledge you, but sometimes you have some friends that when they get together with people, when it comes to talking bad about you, they have no problem doing that. But if they had to find 5 things they like about you, they couldn't say, because they're so busy putting you down in public and probably in private too, that they can't even see the value in you anymore. Because the less people are acknowledging you, the more they talk crap about you, the further they pulling it. They pulling themselves away from you. You know? Because have you ever seen, like for me, again, empath, I can tell when you just talk about me. Because the minute you get back, the person suddenly wanna be too nice, or the air in the room is just different. You could throw water, you could spray, you could spread, you know, spray the holy water, whatever you want. The room is no longer the same. And sometimes I'm the funny one. I told you, right? And sometimes I would say something. I'm like, oh gosh, did I come too early? You know, did I come too early? Should I stay outside a little longer? Was there one more thing y'all needed to talk about? So, you know, and you have those folks like, when it comes to joking about you, to putting you down, to make you sound crazy, stupid, they can do that. Oh, wow, this person is crazy. This person is this person is that. But do you remember this person is also very well educated? Do you also remember that this person has accomplished this and that and that and that? Do you realize that this person is the president, a founder, a coach, or this or that? Do you realize that this person I already sent quite a few people to school, to college, to, you know, elementary school, whatever you name it? Do you also realize is that this person has opened multiple businesses here and internationally? Do you realize that this person is very well traveled? I mean, do you want to talk about that? Or do you want to still talk about how stupid this person is, how silly they can be? Like anything, like I've noticed that in some people, anything to put someone down, they can go all night about. But once you switch the conversation and you talk about the things you like about the person, everyone is quiet, as if you were like an insider, as if you were like, you know, an agent, and everybody just feel intimidated, you know, because they suddenly feel like you the person's friend. Like I've done that to people. They would sit there and start talking all this nonsense, and then I would say something, and I'm like, but oh, I thought I was someone else, but this person is really good actually. You know, this person did this, and it's like, you know, one person would come and would disturb the root of a harmony, and then everybody just fall into it. And I'm always shocked, and I can't believe how easy people can be bought with nothing. There's no need for you to be like that. There's no need for you to always be condescending about someone, always bringing them down, always. No, it's not necessary. It is not necessary, you know? It's okay to bring people up. When you bring someone up, it doesn't mean that you're putting yourself down. When you pull them up, at least you have something to hang on. That's what I would say. You know, at least if I'm falling down, I can grab on that leg because I already pushed them up. They're not going to keep me down. So, it's like public acknowledgments. It's important. How many times, I've had people like when I took a long break and then my popular page was no longer around and I was just like rebuilding things. But I was still slow in the process, just like now, because I'm not able to constantly work because sometimes I'm just, going through the motions. And then when they see me and they have like something private to tell me, oh my God, that last show you did, oh my God, that last book. But why you're not saying that on my page? Are you afraid that someone might see you supporting me? Are you afraid that the person you done ripping my back with might actually see you say something positive? Are you afraid that people might know that I supported you, that I helped you out, that your kids look up to me? Huh? What are you afraid of? And when people have stuff to say when they see me, I don't have nothing to say. I may just look at you crazy. I may just like look at you like I don't even speak English, And then they keep trying to explain themselves. And I just stand still, just like I'm looking at you right now. Because sometimes I'm a Virgo. I can be very funny. And am I like the first, the second or something? I can be very funny. I'm meaning like I got the hot energy, all the stronger energies. I have that comparing to someone all the way down to September. And it doesn't mean that a September might not be like me, but I'm just saying, if you know those signs very well, Virgo is one of the signs that people always misconstrue. They misrepresent a lot. And if you're a good researcher, any good researcher would know this. Any good astrologist that have been doing this for a while will tell you that Virgo is one of the signs that no one has properly described. Everybody has gotten Virgo wrong in their explanations, in their possibility, in their attempt to tell um, Virgo's prediction has always been wrong. I'm talking early, since the early times, back in the days, back in centuries ago when they even attempted to talk about Virgo. I mean, you know what I mean. So, you know, so yeah, it's important. Don't let people keep pulling you in the bathroom to tell you how good your performance was. If they want to say how good your performance was, let them say it right here, right now on the table. If they want to talk about how nice you are as a person, let them say it on the table. Don't let them pull you on the side to try to tell you, oh, your performance was nice. Your painting was beautiful. I saw them. Your poetry, oh my God. Um, wow, you hosting tonight was magical. Go say it on the table. Why are you telling me? I don't need to know. The world need to know. I already know I'm the thing. I already know I'm what's up. I already know I'm that thing. I am it. I'm not the shit. I don't like that. But I'm it. I don't need to know. You telling me is just like, okay, and what's up? What else? I already know who I am. I know what I bring to the table. Go tell the table because the table might not be aware, so they don't make any mistake of crossing me. Go tell them. before they make that mistake and lose me, before they even gain me. You know, go tell them. Don't tell me. Like, people have that thing, and this is something that needs to be corrected. Watch your friends. Watch who acknowledge you in public. Watch who never wants to acknowledge you in public. You have some of them that never want to acknowledge you, that never want to put a comment under your page to say, wow, beautiful work. Thank you. Thank you for this presentation. No, they will go, they'll listen to your stuff. They won't even put a like, let alone a share. So when you're doing your stuff, so I had to turn to y'all because it's like I can't afford to turn my head anymore. I'm having all the wrong signal. So, you know, it's easy for them. It's easy for them to throw you all over the place and give you all the craziness, the misguided stuff. But if you like me, if you value me, then acknowledge me in public. Let the world know. Go on top of the mountain. Let them know you love me. Go on top of the mountain. Let them know you want to marry me. Go on top of the mountain. Let them know that's my child. Go on top of the mountain. Let them know that's my sibling, y'all. That's my sister, y'all. That's my... No, I ain't nobody's brother. Take that back. You know, that's... that's my wife, yo. That's my... I ain't nobody girlfriend, so that's not gonna work. That's my fiance, yo. You know, like, let it be known. That's my mother, yo. I love my son, and I'm loving him, and I will always love him because he's like that. He's my twin. He's my baby, because he will be the one like, you don't know my mother. My mother is this. I remember one time, and I'm talking as a child, he was like maybe almost 2, about 2, and he's not understanding the climate, you know, I work in, and it's okay for people to call, you know, Marie. And so someone walked around and wanted to talk to me and was like, oh, Marie, do you think this and that? My mom's name is not Marie. My mom is Dr. Marie Breville. You know, doctor. Okay? My mom is Dr. Marie Breville. Because the different environment, you know, of work he's been in is the doctor environment. My colleagues, you know, my colleagues from school or whatever, when we're dealing, you know, these people has been Dr. Breville, you know, but because he hasn't been in that environment where I was Marie, so when somebody tried to say Marie, she corrected them on the spot, you know. So this is the kind of friend you want. When people are calling you out of your name, when people are trying to do other things, when people are trying to, like, you know, break your back on your back, you know, you know, you want people to be able to stand for you. You want people to stand by you. You want people to say, you know what, not this person. Who stole what? Not this person. You got this person wrong. You got this person confused. You got this person, you know, you got it all messed up. So that's what you want. Okay. And when you value someone, and when someone values you, they invest in you, and you value them, you invest in them. It's not a matter of buying expensive shoes, buying this, buying that, but you love me, but I'm here like hustling, trying to like have a little studio, trying to have my own office. I can't even afford it, but you could have just take your half of your lunch money, and I would have what I'm looking for. You would have just give me a quarter of your pocket money, and I would be able to come up with what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to do here. You understand? So sometimes when people keep telling you, this man is telling you, oh, I love you, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Yeah? Okay. What are you investing in me? What if you believe that we're gonna be together for the rest of your life, then start investing in me. Let me see your talk. Because I always tell people I don't want to hear your talk. Let me see your talk. Let me see your talk. Do you understand? Yeah. Good English. Let me see your talk. You got a lot of things to say. It's easy to go watch those movies and repeating all that crap. But now let me see your talk. You talk about blah, 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 blah. I don't want to go for that. See, y'all done got me all. Oh, somebody better come stay with me or something, for like a week taking care of me. Because y'all done get me all starting. Y'all got me all started, okay? So I gotta finish it. It's already started. So I can't be like, okay, I guess I'll talk to you next time. I can't finish it. No, I'm not a quitter. Okay? Winners never quit. And losers never win. You know what's up. You know what time it is. All right? So they got to invest in you. That's your parents, you know. Ooh, that's your parents. And, or that's your child, the mother did everything she could as a single parent for like 15 years, for like 20 years, and you just showed up and you don't even have any money to buy them socks. You don't even have money to pay for the application for college, and you show up. Why did you show up here for? To come die? So we could pay for your funeral? Why you came here for? Don't start telling me this nonsense. Oh no, it's not all about money. Yeah, money my foot. It's not all about money my foot. Okay? Y'all just got my feet hot too. Not about money my foot. Okay? The child needs to be cared for. The child needs to go to school. Okay? They're going to college. They need money to do that. Can you get up and just go to college and don't pay and expect to come back the next term? No. Unless you have a full scholarship or whatever you got, they're not going to allow you in. If you go to a restaurant, you eat or you ate yesterday and you didn't pay. You think you can show up again today and eat without money? Oh, yeah? Okay. You go to the hospital. I'm not even going to go there. Because that could be another sensitive one. It's a shame. Anyway, so people love you. They love you so much. Let them invest. I'm not saying for you to be a thief. I'm not saying for you to be a greedy person, because you know that they're gonna help you and you just wanna. Some people are greedy. They're thieves because you're investing in them and they know you care, and they try to steal everything you got. They try to take everything from you. And then the minute that you don't have anything else to steal, the minute that you fall sick, the minute that you bedridden, the minute that you're stuck in some situation where you need help, and they disappear. That's not how it works. Have respect. When someone invests in you and supported you, have respect. Have the, common decency and respect for yourself to say, oh, this person supported me. This person tried to help me, and I'm going to be there for them. So invest in them if you care about them. If you value them, invest in them. Like people who talk about, oh, I love my kids. I love my kids. The kid asks you for $10 to do something. Here you are smoking, but you don't have $10. Does that make sense to you? Because I know some people, they like excuses. They like people who enable them. They like people who just keep on agreeing. Yeah, yeah, I see, man. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. No, I don't see where you're coming from. I see you need to wake up and you might need a kick in the butt. As simple as that. You cannot be a smoker and you cannot give your kid $10. Because these things are expensive to my knowledge. Especially now, they're even more expensive. I think there was something with taxes that sometimes people buy them in different states instead of here, like, yeah, stuff like that. You know, it's just like you don't do that. You've been talking to this lady for like months, for like years. She accepted, and she's having a rough time, and here you are, you're doing good. um you driving a big car, a luxury car. You come see her, you show off. But what about her? Did you think of getting her a little hoopty? I mean, if you a man, you will give it a good car and you will drive the hoopty. That's what I know. But you don't you cannot tell me you care about somebody, but you cannot invest in them. You have some people, like, they have their partner. They'll tell you, oh, I care about my partner. I care about them. I this, I that. But why are they not in school? They came in this country like quite a while ago, and they still don't speak English. Why? They have free English classes at the library, at the some community college, at some churches, at I mean, like, everywhere you turn around, at some centers in the community. They have English courses. You can have a bunch of stuff at the library. Why don't you take it to the library to go pick up some of those stuff and learn English or French or Spanish, depending what country we're talking about here? So when people say they love you or they value you, make them put their money, you know, I forgot how they say that. I forgot how they say. I had a friend that I used to always say that, get my nerve, but it made sense. Put their money where their mouth is. Something like that. It's a city people thing. Yeah. I mean, it's a Caribbean thing, but I guess that's why it's a city people thing. Put their money where their mouth is. Like, don't let people just keep on talking, talking, talking. I don't want you to be talking in my ear. If I wanted to hear talking in my ear, I could turn on the radio. I could turn on YouTube. There's a bunch of people talking like me right now. I could put that on. I don't need no talking in my ear. I want somebody who's about business. You know? It's like these are the kind of people you see. They grow up like this. They grow up and they keep expending and spending, because you know what? The man walked in and was like, listen, lady, I like you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'd like to be there for you. I want you to be my partner. Right now, this is what I can do. This is what I cannot do. I know I cannot marry you right now 100% because I'm working on some things. I'm working on, I don't know, finalizing divorce. Some people are like that. They move quick. They don't waste no time. You know? Um, Whatever it is, I'm working on something right now. I'm finishing school, maybe, whatever it is, I'm working on something right now. I can't really do it, but I'm going to be there for you. I want to take care of you. You have some people like that. And then the young lady could have been at their parents' house, and the person, let's say they went to the army or something, every month, whatever they make, the little money they have, they send it for her. They say, go to school. While I'm not here, in the meantime, go to school, do something with yourself. You know, you don't want people to come and tell you stories, tell you all that stuff. If someone means business, let them talk business. Let's go. What do you have in mind? What do you want from me? You know, you value me, then let me see it. Let me see your talk. Let me see it. I don't want to hear all that stuff in my ears. As a matter of fact, I went to work or I went to school, my head hurts. I don't want to hear all that talking in my ears. I want to see the talk. And that's it. Um, so, and if you value someone or someone values you, you know, be interested in them. Be interested. Like the person is telling you something. Uh-huh. 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 The person is talking to you. You can't take 1 minute to just listen. You know how many times I'm doing my things here? I would have gone earlier. I mean, going live earlier. But my son wanted to show me stuff. He wanted to show me his progress in his game, in his drawings and stuff. He wanted to show them to me, so I had to stop what I'm doing to see it. I had to stop. Sometimes he comes to show me something and I might be live and he knows I'm live. He'll just close the door. And then once I'm done, and sometimes I might even finish earlier because I want to know what does he have for me? Because I know there's a time he's like, can I show you? Can I show you? You know, I know that he has something to show me. I know that he drew something. Oh, if I'm not too far, I would have showed you what he drew. You know, he's really good. So what just happened? I just got disconnected and reconnected. That was funny. So, oh, no. I don't know, but I just got disconnected and reconnected. So hopefully, okay. I think it's still on. Um, so yeah, you know, be interested. You don't want someone you know, you're talking to them and you're talking, no answer, no response, no comment, no nothing. And you're like, are you there? Oh yeah, I'm here. Okay. So you don't have anything to say or you just didn't hear everything I said? Uh, which part? What do you mean? Well, I've been talking for 2 minutes. So, okay. So be aware, be alert also. When people are not interested in you, how can they love you? They're not interested in anything that you have to do. They might be stuck with you because you're family. They might be stuck with you because you're their partner. They might be stuck with you, have some kind of entanglement some way or another, but they don't care about you. You're doing these things. You ever have someone, I've known people like that. Oh my God. Okay. No worries, no worries. It's like, all right. Okay. You ever have people like that? Like, I've known people like that. They are so accomplished. They've been around the world. They've done things, and you know, people know them around the world, and people in their house they don't even know what they do. You understand? They know everything about the neighbor's kid. They know everything about the neighbor's kid, but their own kids already have a PhD, have an MD, have a this, have a that. They don't even know that. Or maybe their own kid might have a PhD, might be an artist, might be, you know, a painter, writer, sculptor, you know, designer, whatever it is, like their kid might have all this talent, but maybe they wanted them to be a lawyer, but the kid decided, listen, I want got poor law, got a master's in it, I don't like it, I'm not continuing. Done. But you have some parents, sometimes they're like, they're stickler to what they want you to do. If you want, I usually tell parents, if you want the child to do that so bad, it means that you internally somehow you wanted to do this for your life. Then you go ahead and do it. I mean, of course, sometimes there's some kids that are just confused. And I mean, I go both ends of the road. I don't go only for one party. You know, I have advocated for parents and children. And when the rope is so far, I have to bring them together and say, this is where we are. This is what we need. This is how we can handle this. And sometimes some children, they just don't know what they really want. Some of them are just crazy. They just really want to like hope they can just leave off the parents paying for everything and then they just live their lives. And not that something wrong with that. If living their lives mean that they putting experiences and knowledge, in their resume, but it's not what it is. It's more like, I don't know, just hang out with no goals and no plans and nothing for life. But unfortunately, this life, you have to have a plan because your parents are not going to be around forever. And unfortunately, for a lot of them, they have realized that after their parents left. They never really took the chance, took the time, to say thank you for the things that were done for them. They always wanted more. Remember that those energy vampires? They just wanted more. Okay, they paid for rent for you for 6 months. You want them to pay for the seventh month? Like, come on. Really, dude? I mean, I know sometimes people like are really in a tough situation, but you got to put some time on yourself. You got to invest in your own self too. Because sometimes, when people see you trying, when people see you investing in yourself, then they almost feel like required to invest in you too. But when people see all you try to do is take from them instead of you trying to do anything for yourself, all you try to do is take, 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 take. No, that's not good. It's not gonna work. Eventually, everybody's going to realize, the news is gonna go around town that be careful with this one. You never know. Some people, the minute people see you with them, and once they see you separately, they like, be careful with this person, be careful with this guy, be careful with this girl. All they do is take. All they do, they gonna wanna borrow your car. They're gonna move in your home. They're gonna, next thing you know, your credit will be destroyed, your savings gone, any backup money dissipated because they just take so much from people. They didn't steal it. They just know how to take, 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 take. The minute they come into your life, there was a drama. There's something that happened to their sister, to their brother, to somebody's in jail that you gotta go bail out. Somebody's at the hospital, they have no interest. Some people just like, you can't, you gotta let them be with whoever matched them, because there's always something, you know like I had to shut down somebody recently because I was just like, I can't. I wouldn't even be your coach. If you could afford me, if you wanted to pay me 5 times, I wouldn't even want to be your coach. That's how toxic you have become. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's like, this is too much. You have to take some time away from all that stuff. I'm like, this is too much for me. This is too much. It's like you just come from one toxic to the next toxic. And it doesn't matter what you tell the person, how many books you give to them, how many things you're like, go learn from this. You're like, oh my God, take this, get yourself this. Oh my God, you know what? Okay, this didn't work out. Okay, take this one. All right, make this work. Okay, yeah. And it's like, no, for some people, you just like, Jesus just need to calm down, because um use a special case, and my little head cannot handle it. It's like, no. And I've known people, and like I said, I was an advocate, so I know what toxic can be like. I know some people that are beyond toxic that I have helped. And part of it was because they wanted to help. And that's another thing. Sometimes you're trying to help people who don't want to help themselves. You know, you're trying to guide people who don't want to be guided. You're trying to support people who don't want to be supported. So it is what it is. You know, sometimes you got to let people be. And that was one of the cases that I was just like, I can't do this. You know, if you call to say hello, all right. But if when you're calling me, I don't want to hear about all these stories anymore, because it doesn't make sense, you know, at the age that you are, you know, um, nearly half a century, for you to have had learned nothing, nothing at this age. You know, I do my best not to judge people. I know they from different environment, and that, you know, has a major impact. But nowadays, it's like we almost merely have excuses, because we have access to just about everything. I talk to these kids. It's like they're all already therapists. They already know about the modalities. They know the name. Back in the days, you know, when you know something, you like the thing, that thing, this thing. No, they know about, you know, this system, that system, what works, what doesn't work, you know. They know how to feed themselves properly. So it's just a matter of you willing to look into it, to research, to look for what you need. Because a lot of people go online, you know, they go on YouTube, the university YouTube, to go look for everything else. They know every gossip that's going on. They know who fought who. They know about every fight on there. They know about every silly songs. You know, somebody made it. I don't want to say stupid, but every other silly songs that their affirmation is not good for them. That's what I call silly song. Silly song is a song that when you repeat what the singer says, it's not good for your life. You're not speaking life into your own life, or the person's you're with, the person you're with. The singer, what they're saying is not what they're living. You you have a lot of people who always want to emulate, they want to copy everything they see people do, but that's not their lifestyle. What you see them see on stage is not what they look like when they have to go somewhere serious, you know. So anyway, however we got there, right? um if someone loves you, if I mean, if you value someone, or that they value you, be interested in them. You know, if they value you, then they would be interested in you, meaning they would be they would have a vested interest in you. They would know that, you know what, this is my child. I'm interested. I want to know what's going on in school, what's going on for the piano lesson, what's going on at gym, what's going on at football practice. What's going on? You want to know what's going on. You're not going to just drop them off and then you know it's over in an hour. You go hang out with your girlfriends and then come back in an hour only to find out, oh, she twisted her leg and she's been calling you for an hour and you haven't responded. What? Or when you go there to pick her up, you never see her, she never come out, and you like, you see her friends and you're like, where is she? And they're like, oh, the coach has been calling you for like 30 minutes, you never came, so they took her to the hospital. She had a dislocated something, you know. So you you know someone values you. If someone values you, they would be interested in you. And another thing, I know this one people don't want to care much for it, is to be tough in love when you must. It's like, because I value you doesn't mean that I can stop you from killing yourself. Because I value you doesn't mean that I have to tolerate and agree with everything that you say. Okay? So, because I value you doesn't mean that I agree with everything that you did. If you were wrong, I must say, no, listen, no, what you did was wrong. You have no right to slap your parents. What you did was wrong. You have no right to spit at nobody. What you did was wrong. You have no right to be stealing nobody's stuff. You have no right to throw nobody's phone in the water. Like, you have no right to do that. Well, unless they did it to you first. Never mind. So, you know, it's like, you have to learn to give the tough love too. If someone values you, they will give you the tough love. I don't know if I should give that example, like about karma. There was a kid in school, and my son, he's tall, he's almost like my height now, but he's a teddy bear. He's not the type to be starting stuff with people, because it's not the environment. We don't do that here. And so he went to school, had this problem with this kid who hit him. And I don't like that kind of stuff, but I really compose myself, when I'm addressing them. And school, I didn't feel like the school did much about it. I think if it were him, it's like sometimes I had to tell them, like, when it's him, you guys would have like exploded. You would have expanded to a level that it's not even in. But when it comes to him, everybody minimizes it. So for whatever reason, this kid, also resided in the same area, and their parent never even bothered to even say anything, because I know if he did something in school, the school got to call you and tell you, this is what he did. She never even acknowledged it. I was gonna approach her and say, so your what your kid is doing, right? And then something tells me, hmm, when people when people are doing certain things, you're just on your way out. Your karma is just so close. Your karma is so near that you can't even wait for the time. Your karma is so near, you can't even like give it time. You want to like, your karma's all the way in December, but you're like in the middle of July and you're like pushing everybody. And so anyway, um whatever that happened, I told my kid, what to do. Stay away from them. And if that happens, to let me know. And it happened over and over. And they, went to the school, talked to them and whatever. Because it's not my place to be meeting nobody in my neighborhood unless I'm gonna fight you. And I am not that style. And if you come for me, whatever happened to you, let them call the funeral home and do it for you. But I don't play that game. I always tell people, I don't play that game. I don't. I'm not interested in it. You know, if I'm in a relationship where this comes up, I just walk out. I'm not gonna give you, I'm not gonna entertain you either. It's not it's something that I don't like deeply. you know it's something that I don't want to have to deal with. I don't even, this is not even something I can have my kids and, you know, and or advise someone beat your kid. Like, I don't like that thing at all. It's something I stay away from. I don't try to practice, you know, I don't recommend it. If I come to your house and that's what you're doing, I leave. I don't like it. That's to the level I don't like it. Like I treat my kid like a human being, like he should know better. Like I talk to my kid, um, like, you understand what I mean? Like, it's like I address them. Some people like, baby, like ever since he's a baby, I've always talked to him. I don't minimize my conversation to him, so he knows better. So he knows he's a full human being. You know, there are things that he may not be experienced in, but he's a full human being. You know, let me just make sure that I just knew it, that my battery's not going down, and the way that my charger is where it is, let's see, it's not reaching, and it reached. Okay, so my kid knows that, you're a human being. We can talk about things. If something happened, if whatever it is, I'm always open for you to come talk to me. It's like there's nothing you cannot tell me, you know? So anyway, this happened, and I, told my kid, stay away from him. And when it happened, be sure to tell so and so. And if they don't react, to come the same day and tell me. And this must have go on for a minute, maybe like 2, 3 times. And then later on, during the summertime, um, there were their kid always, I don't know how people do it. Maybe like this is normal, but since I'm Caribbean, so it's not normal to me for your kid to be walking all around town. And like, I don't know, I mean, unless like you live in a cul-de-sac, I can understand. I think it's Lent that's bothering me. Unless you like live in a cul-de-sac, where you can be at your window and see everything. Like, I have that thing. If my eyes is on my kid, I don't feel comfortable. You know, I can't just like. I remember like when early on I was first dealing with this, I wasn't so much pain. He wanted to be outside. Sometimes I felt so bad. He couldn't go nowhere but right there where I see him. And then he would have to sing his way up. So I know he's there. Like, because I couldn't move. Someone would have to help me down, and I couldn't get down. So it's like he was being punished for it. And sometimes my neighbor, her son is the same age, and if they're going outside, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna be outside with them. And then I could be like, and still I could be like, you're playing over there. you know because it's like, I care. He's significant to me. He's valuable to me. I want to make sure everything is perfect for him. I want to make sure, like, he's okay. I'm interested in him. And at the same time, if he did something wrong, I'm going to give him some tough love. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, that wasn't right. You shouldn't have done this way. You did this that way. You didn't do da 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 da. No, that's not okay. But anyway, with the story I was saying with that little boy, during the summertime, I don't know if it's karma. I don't even want to, I'm not saying this because I'm happy it happened to them, but I'm just saying this to just say, like, sometimes when you're not treating people like crap, you know, people gonna stand for you. So um this boy was just like walking around. That's where I stopped, right? He was just walking around the neighborhood. He had this little dog, like these hot dog dogs. Don't ask me what it's called. I don't know. Um, Not really Scooby Doo. It was like those hot dog. You know, they have like that long spine thing. So he's like walking around, and I don't know what this dog must have said to the other dogs. Those people had some, what they call them? Those husky, the snow dogs. Huh? That dog went, did not hurt him, but the dog took the dog from him. Okay, I don't know what his dog must have said to the big dog, because that sometimes that dog misses um his honor, because he's a doctor, and also he's a army person. So sometimes he has to go away, and sometimes the dog misses him, and the dog cries. But I'm like, there's his brother's is in the house, but I'm saying that the brother might be like, he went to the store and then comes back, or he goes to work or whatever, but the dog would cry, literally, like cry, you know like a person, like you would hear a person crying, like behind the bush, like one on those scary movies. you know if you didn't know it was a dog, you might think it's a person. you know and I don't know what that little tiny thing said to the dog. That dog went through a window, the sliding doors, broke it, run after it. And it was weird because they were standing here. The dog didn't do nothing to him. Like nothing happened. But after he left, and that's when the dog went after him, which was weird. I never understood that. Because I was like, if the dog was going to do anything to him, the dog would have done it here. I'm like, unless they did something the dog knows or they know. Because these kids, like, some of them are like, I don't know. It's like, it's not parents that are raising them. It's like, it's just another kid. It's like they being raised by just another 9-year-old, by just another 8-year-old, you know? So if they know there's a sound, because I know there's that thing, there's a, like sometimes there's sounds that dogs respond to differently. So they probably could have known something and they went and tried to apply it. And child, that dog left, broke the thing, and I'm sitting trying to like mind my business and putting on my heat, and I heard this piercing scream, and I put my hand in my head. Tears was nearly flowing in my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me the dog ate the kid. That's all I could think of. I thought the dog was eating him. The way he screamed. So I can't run. I can't even walk, let alone run. So now I'm like, should I call my neighbor to check on them? Like, I didn't know what. I'm like, should I call 911? Like, what is going on? So, I couldn't be too, emotional about it and call 911. And next thing you know, it was nothing. Because these kids are like that too. Sometimes they walk around and make all these noises and it's nothing. So I was like, okay, let me make my way down. And my son was like, gonna go. I'm like, no, you're not. I heard a kid screaming and you talking about you going down. I think not. And the side that I'm on, I can't really see the front, but my neighbor can see the front. But I wasn't sure if she was home or whatever. So then I went down, to check if he were okay. And then that's when I find out that the big dog chewed, had bitten his little dog. And it was so sad. The little dog had to go through so much. You know, he was doing all the stuff that you like, oh, that's it. It's over. And yeah, and he was mad, but his behavior was like so weird to me. Like, you're a child when something like that happened to you, you upset, you cry, but he was walking around like a man, like, oh, my dog. And at first he was like being like all tough guy, like as if I'm like, I don't know, you're like 7, 8 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old. You gonna fight a grown man who's like in the army, okay, and who's a doctor on top of it. Okay, how long is it gonna take you to get down? Like, oh wow, a whole second. Okay, but again, environment, you know. So maybe that's what he sees being done or whatever. But anyway, the little dog died. And I was talking to my neighbor who's their neighbor, and about what had transpired. And of course, I was pretty much the first, one of the first. Yeah, I was the first person to um, acknowledge the situation. Gotta watch my words. Yes, that's what I'm doing. So when they told me it was their dog, then I went to the other side to check on my neighbor too, to see if my neighbor was there to take the dog, like bring the dog. But the dog did that and went back into his room like nothing happened. I think he went and hide or something in the house, like nothing happened. But obviously you broke the whole glass, so they know you did it. And yeah, and that was it. And they were not the victims, I guess, in the situation. They were not happy with the outcome. Their little dog died, and it didn't seem like they could do anything about it, for obvious reasons. And I don't know if they were trying to pursue something further. And I came from the doctor. Yeah, I think I was coming from the doctor, all tired my own self already. And then they were like just standing in the hallway. And I guess my neighbor must have tipped them to come talk to me, because I had probably like more information, because I actually know the other people as well. So it's like I know both parties. So I can give a better clarity about, what happened at the time and afterward. But the guy, he did his best. When he found out, he came home immediately. He you know he took care of the dog. He run, got his kit, gave the dog a shot, you know cleaned the wound, tried his best. But the dog the dog wasn't gonna make it, and the dog didn't make it. And it was like, it was just so sad. It was, honestly, it was very sad. Like, I don't like seeing stuff like that. It was a tiny little thing. And they were mad. They were really upset. And when I came home, and then they were standing there, I guess they wanted to talk to me now. But guess what? They couldn't talk to me, because you didn't talk to me then. But you see how life can be funny? Have you spoken to me before? Then I would have feel not an obligation, but I would have feel more empathy in a way, more compassion to speak to you, to say, well, this is what happened, you know, you know, yeah. But because you acted funny when the situation was happening with your son, when your son was being rude to mine, you didn't care to even turn around and say, I apologize because my son told me it's your son that he did that too. No, you didn't care. Y'all probably laughed about it even, to be thinking that little boy hit that big boy, because my son is very tall. Their little thing is a little tiny thing. So they probably think, that's not cool, or, whatever, whatever. But what I'm saying is, if they had spoken to me then I would have speak to them now. But because you didn't talk to me then, I'm not talking to you now. So it's like, am I the only one that needs to be loyal? You know, it's like, I'm gonna be loyal to you after what you weren't loyal to me. What am I, stupid? I don't think so. But anyway, there was nothing to be said. Whatever that was to be, that whatever that could have been said, dog is already gone. What you gonna do? Like, try to rewrite the past? Anyhow, so anyway, so if you value someone, although this is, I don't know how we got there, but anyhow, if you value someone, be sure to also have some tough love in store for them. Okay. Don't let them get away with murder. Don't have an excuse. You have these people that no matter how wrong their kids may be, they could have the evidence. They could see on a video, your kid is the one who poked the other kid eye. Why are you trying to? No, you need to address your kid. Your kid did the wrong thing. It's like, when you know something is wrong, address it. I guess maybe that's where I was getting at, your kid did something. How do you address it? Did you address it? Did you make him apologize? You know? Did you make him apologize? Sometimes in situation, I have made my son apologize for situation he didn't have to, because I warned him. Because I told you not to do that. But you chose to do it anyway. So now you get to apologize after they did you wrong. So that will teach you in the future, when I say don't do something, you will remember the situation and will not do it. Sometimes I sort of nearly pretty much made him wrong in situation that he's not wrong. It's not like I don't know he's not wrong, but I made him wrong to teach him a lesson. To know that when I say don't do this, I meant don't do this. When I say don't go outside without a hat, I meant don't go outside without a hat. You come inside and you're coughing, and I'm gonna like, okay. And now, guess what? You cold? You wanna? No, don't sit on my bed. Don't come to my bed. Don't come near my bed. I don't want none of that stuff. Here's your syrup. Get away from me. Of course, a few minutes later, he'll come. I'll let him. But at first, I must remind you that I did warn you. That's the Caribbean way, okay? So, you know, sometimes it's like, kids are funny. I told you, do not eat the candies. Why do you eat all that candy? After I warned you not to eat so many candies. Oh my God, you guys got me talking all night. You know, after I warned you not to eat so many candies. So now you're wondering about this toothache? You're wondering? Guess what? Doctor's office does not open until Monday. So now you're going to suffer with, toothache or something. I mean, it hasn't happened. He's good on that. He's mostly like a good kid. He listens. But I'm just saying, overall, for some parents, like, you know, sometimes when you tell your kid something, you have to teach them to listen to you. You don't laugh over a situation that is not laughable. You know, you don't laugh when your kid hit another kid. It's not funny because if that kid hit your kid, it wouldn't be funny. You understand? So you have to give tough love sometimes. You have to give tough love just so you could make your point. Okay? And lastly, and I can't believe you guys got me talking that much today, and now I'm gonna be in trouble later on. I don't want to be, but I might. And lastly, my God, prayers for them. But be sure to check on them. I just put prayer because I figured out we never mentioned prayer. So pray for them and check on them. Pray for them and check on them. If you value someone, you pray for them and you check on them. Don't sit there. And I guess, yeah, my intention was like, a lot of times we talk about, oh, I pray for you, but why didn't you check on me? Did you know how I was doing? Do you know what to pray for? You might be praying for my swollen foot, but it's really my fingers that are swollen now. You might be praying for my headache, but I'm only having belly aches now. You understand? So you got to pray for them and you check on them. I bumped into a colleague that was like, oh my God, I pray for you, and I always pray for you. I meant to call you. And sometimes I have that thing. It's just me. Like sometimes when you're telling me, when you BSing me, my thing is like that. You just see me. I'm trying not to allow my mouth to speak because I can be too upfront. And so I'm just looking at you. I'm not trying to be rude. Sometimes people think I'm just trying to be mean or rude. I'm not trying to do that. It's just because I'm trying to close my mouth. So I'm putting all the focus in my eyes. Okay. So that's why I do that. If you meet me and you try to BS in me, so you see me going like this, it's just because I'm trying not to say what my mouth really. I'm not allowing my mouth to speak. Okay. So I'm letting my eyes say what my mouth want to. I'm not even letting my eyes, because if I were letting my eyes, I probably would have give you like some dirty looks. But instead of that, I'm just trying to like put joy in my eyes and keep my mouth closed. So the person was just like, oh my God, I always think about you. I meant to check on you. And then they don't know. They assuming maybe I changed number. And then they were just like blah blah blah, and then I couldn't find you. And I'm like, my number didn't change. Because I already see they heading towards like embarrassing themselves more. And the person is a good person. It just sometimes, you meet people, you don't know what to say. Sometimes, one time I saw my friend, I was like, not shocked that they were having another kid, but we haven't seen each other in a minute. Someone I know, or friend, however you want to present it. Unless I have something wrong with someone, I usually refer you as a friend, meaning somebody I know, and when they were doing stuff before, I always supported them, unless I was stuck at work. But I meant to say, oh wow, I was happy for them because I love babies. I don't care. You could be 50, 60, 70 and having babies. I don't care. Like, I love babies. It's not about you, it's about the baby. So I don't suggest to go have babies at 70s and 60s, but if that's what you like, if that's what happens, I wouldn't tell you to go abort. I'd be like, hey, go take one for the team, you know? So I don't remember what I said, but I was like, I was a bit taken. I was like, oh my God, better you than me. But I didn't mean it in a bad way. But I know afterward, after I left, I felt bad because I'm like, wait, she might take it the wrong way. It's kind of like, you know, when people like take one for the team, you know. I'm like, hey, better you than me, you know. And afterward, I thought about it, and I'm like, oh my God, you know. And I haven't had a chance to see her to be like, I hope you didn't take this the wrong way because I did not mean it like that, you know. But she's a great person. I'm sure she she knows I don't mean anything bad because I've known them for a long time, you know. I never would mean anything negative about it because I love children. So yeah, you know. So if you care about someone, I mean, since we're on the topic of valuable, if you value someone, okay, you find someone valuable, worthy, worth it, pray for them and check on them. Don't just sit there and pray, 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 pray. And then when they ask you how is so and so doing, you don't even know how they're doing, but you pray. What you praying for? What you praying for? Do you know what you're praying for? Because this is one thing that people. This is one thing. Oof, y'all got me preaching for real. I ain't trying to be no preacher tonight. This is one thing that people do. Okay. Oh, pray for me. Pray for. What am I praying for you for? Am I the one who broke your leg? Am I the one who broke your arm? Did I even know your arm was broken? I don't know anything. So if you need me to do, you need me to pray, you need to give me what am I praying for? It's like you're like, oh, you know, can you call sign my credit card, you know, to get credits or credit card, whatever. But for what? What am I co-signing? Am I co-signing school loans? Am I co-signing a house? Am I co-signing, you know, I don't know, like if I'm co-signing a house, if you don't pay it, I'll find a way to make it mine. But am I co-signing school loans? You know, you've been in school, like you've been going to school at least like 10 times. You've had at least 10 degrees or 12 degrees in the 10 times. And you have yet to finish any of them because you've taken 10 classes and had 12 degrees. You know? So what am I praying for you for? So sometimes I do that to people and they kind of like, I don't know, maybe find it weird or find me weird because it's like, to me, this is almost like a trigger. You understand? I get annoyed easily with that. It's like once you say that, you poke something. But over the years, I learned to control myself. Okay. So when people say that, and I can calmly ask you, pull you aside and say, sister, brother, what do you need me to pray for you for? I don't need to know your business. If you want, you can write it on a piece of paper, close it, put it on a sealed envelope. I pray for it for you. I pray for what's in this envelope. You know, I bring it to the altar, and then if you want, I give it back to you or I burn it. If you feel this is something that you cannot say, but I cannot pray for something that I don't know. It's like you're like, okay, can you pick me up? You asked me 4 times already, can I pick you up? But I cannot say yes or no because I know I live an hour from you and your job is even 2 hours from me. So where am I picking you up from? Or am I picking you up from your mom's who's 20 minutes away from me? Is that what you meant? You understand? So it's like context. So you cannot be, people do that and they're like, oh, pray for me. I mean, sometimes, people just want encouragement, and you just like, you know what, pray for me. Someone just died in your family, you just like, you know what, yeah, pray for me. Okay, I know you need courage, you need strength. I might think you need that, but in reality, you just need money to do the funeral. You don't even have money for the funeral. So that's what you needed me to pray for. But here I am thinking that, oh, okay, someone just died. So you want strength, encouragement, you want calm, you want courage to handle it. But here you are, you don't even know how you're gonna handle it because you don't even know where you're gonna find the money to do anything. You understand? So sometimes, we gotta be more straightforward. Of course, if you did not trust someone, I don't think you should ask them to pray for you. If you think you don't trust me enough to tell me the reason you're asking for me to pray for you is because you pregnant and you don't know who the father is, then I cannot pray for you. If you cannot confide in me, because the reason you ask, the people you ask to pray for you is because you can confide in them. You can confide your problem in them. That's why you ask them. If you don't think you can confide in me, then don't ask me to pray for you. If you don't think you can pick up the phone and say, sister, I'm in trouble. I, stopped doing drugs, and last night I had a relapse, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna go back to my ways. My husband don't know about it, and my kids don't know about it. My sisters, my brothers don't know about it, but you're the only person I know. Can you help me, please? Can you pray for me? Yeah, I can pray for you, but also here's some places, here's some resources in the meantime to help you strengthen, to help you um to get some tools so you could manage your feelings, so you don't continue going the route that you're going. You understand? So as I said, people asking you for prayers, ask them for what? Because I know people like to do that. They just like to throw it at you. It's like this is like a trend. Oh, pray for me. For what? Okay, I'll pray for you to give me your luxury car. How about that? I'll pray for you to give me your house. You said pray for you. You didn't say for what? I'm gonna pray that you give me $10,000 next time we meet. Do you understand now? Because I know once your money talk, people understand you quickly, right? So I'm gonna pray that you give me your children because they're so beautiful, so well behaved, and good heart. I'm gonna pray you give me your children to add to mine. How about that? You know? So remember, so the 7 ways, okay? Oh, and again, check on them, okay? So the 7 ways to show people you value them in your life are: 1, make or create time for them. 2, measurable expectations. Okay, don't impose yourself on them. 3, make public acknowledgments. All right, not private ones, but public ones. Where am I? 4, invest in them. Okay, stop making excuses. Invest in them. What is that? 5, be interested in them. Don't let the neighbor knows everything that's going on with their school plays and everything, and you don't know anything because you just don't have the time, you know? So be interested in them. And 6, be be tough in love when you must, okay? Or be tough with love when you must. And 7, pray for them and check on them. Pray for them and check on them. Pray for them and check on them. It is important to pray for them because we all need prayers. There's never enough prayers. And then check on them because a lot of times people don't remember to do that until something happens. It's after something happens, and all of a sudden, people are like, oh my God. And I thought about calling her yesterday. Oh my God, I never knew she was going to jump. Oh my God, oh my God, who found her? Oh my God, where? No, you thought about, like sometimes, there's some people I think about them and, um, and I go on WhatsApp or I go on text. It might be like 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I do miss. Don't think because I'm saying it, I do it all the time. I miss too, you know. I miss too to follow through, to do what I'm supposed to do. I miss that too. I miss to call them and but what I do is sometimes I might not even say anything. I might just send you hearts emojis. I might just send a namaste. I might just send a hello. It doesn't have to be anything because I'm saying that it doesn't mean like you're going to reach out to the person and write a book. And, sometimes I like to do it once in a while. You might ask me one question or you might be like, oh, just checking on you guys and see, and saying hello. And my response would be, oh my God, so great to hear you. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for reaching out. How are you guys? How your family? How's your mom? How your kids? I send you a book back because I want to know is everything okay? Because it's like I reached out before and you never bothered to reach out. So you keep saying you're going to call back, you're going to text back, and you never did. So since you finally talk, then I just ask you all. Then you could just be like, oh, okay, thank you. I don't know. So pray for people and check on them. Sometimes people don't have the habit to have people check on them, and when you check on them sometimes they start like their heads start getting big or something. It doesn't matter. You're not doing it for that. You're just doing it to do it. You're just doing it to check on somebody to make sure that they're okay. So I gave you the 7 ways and I reminded you not to wait until people die, not to wait until people are gone, to realize that they were or they are valuable, they are worthy, and that they are worth it. So I have given you what I had for you tonight, and it's up to you to utilize it to make your life better, to make your quality of life better, to make your persona, your character better. It's all up to you. It's not up to me anymore. I gave what I had. So until next time, this is your Reverend Dr. Marie Breville signing out.